Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new here. So for today's video, we have not done a battle in a hot minute, but we're going to be battling the new Alter Ego Mirage palette versus the Huda Beauty Empowered palette. This is a dupe to the original, and I'm here to tell you guys which one is actually worth it. So you guys want to see what the Mirage palette's all about, how does it compare to the original, well then definitely keep watching. Alrighty guys, so I want to apologize because I have not uploaded the last 2 days of Vlog-O-Ween, and the reason being is that, you know what, I just did not feel like filming. I want to commit myself to 31 days, but honestly, it's a lot. It's a lot, and you know, I'm sure it's really overwhelming for you guys, and it could just be a lot for me. So I'm gonna do the best I can to post as many videos as I can a week, but if I miss a day here or there, it's okay, it happens. But I do want to let you guys know I actually am doing a live stream this month on my birthday on October 26th. It's a Thursday. I will be going live here on YouTube to do a birthday stream, and I'm really excited because in my birthday stream I actually have some mystery boxes to give away for you guys. If you guys have not seen, I just did a video last week where I did a makeup organization video. That video was heavily inspired from Miss Paige Corin. She always does a PR haul followed by a makeup organization. I really wanted to do it, so I did, and in that video I actually show you guys all the makeup that I got in PR, and I actually show you guys all the makeup that I'm going to be giving away for my birthday, not including anything else that's going to be added from that point to then. So more stuff has already been added. It's going to be curated into mystery boxes. I'm going to try to do 5 mystery boxes if I can, just like I did for my Ofra giveaway. I'm going to do the same exact thing, where it's just going to be a live giveaway. We could just chit chat, hang out, celebrate my birthday together, and I get to give you guys gifts for my birthday, and I'm really excited about it. So I really hope you guys make it October 26th. It'll probably be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the reason why I'm even bringing this up is because Alter Ego is so kind. They sent me the brand new Mirage palette, but they also included a second one as well. So instead of doing a giveaway in today's video, this bad boy is going to be featured in that birthday giveaway. So out over there, go check out that video where I did my makeup organization so you guys can see some sneak peeks at some mystery boxes that are going to be coming your guys' way. So with that said, guys, let's go ahead and dive straight on into the video. So you guys know that Alter Ego, I have been reviewing them now, I want to say since like 2018, 2019. I was actually from a beautiful subscriber, Krista Lee, who introduced me to Alter Ego. And Alter Ego is a dupe brand. They do tend to dupe some of their higher end palettes like Natasha Denona and Huda Beauty, and their quality is so freaking good. It's very comparable, if not better sometimes than the original palette. So here is the Mirage palette right here. Now this actually does retail for $24, which is a little bit steep. I'm used to Alter Ego retailing for $16. So for them to go up to 24, I'm kind of like, oh, I'm not used to the price jump. I'm used to 16, but their quality is amazing. And they decided to dupe the Huda Beauty Empowered palette. So here we have the Mirage palette right here. Now, online it says, discover the enchanting Mirage eyeshadow palette where desert theme meets optical illusion. Embrace the artistry of smooth stone gray and hazelnut brush brown mattes, complemented by the sparkling allure of Concord and carrot shimmers. Perfect for everyday looks, this palette invites you to unleash your creativity with effortless application and seamless blending. So here we have the Mirage palette right here. Now I really do love the Alter Ego formula. It truly is incredible. Great products. They blend really effortlessly. The shimmers are nice and buttery. I never have any issues with their palettes, and I tend to like their palettes just a little bit more than the original, especially because the price point is such a steep difference. So here is the Mirage palette, and then it actually is a dupe to the Huda Beauty Empowered palette right here. Now this actually does retail for $69. It did come out, I think, actually almost a year ago, and this is how this palette looks right here. So as you guys can see, we can definitely see the similarities between the two. The difference between Alter Ego and Huda Beauty is that they do definitely name the shades differently, but they name the shades differently, and they also actually put it in different spots in the palette. Instead of copying the exact layout, they do lay it out differently, and I will say it is really pretty nonetheless. Like, it is so freaking pretty. Now, the only thing I noticed with my Huda Beauty palette is that my 2 cream shades in here are actually pretty dry. These are pretty dry, and the Alter Ego, maybe because it's a new palette, those 2 cream shades at the very bottom right here are super wet and creamy, whereas my Huda Beauty is a little dry. So I definitely did a comparison between the two so you guys can see the two swatches together so you guys can see how they look. Like I said, one does retail for $69, one does retail for $24. I want to do a battle where I do Huda Beauty on one eye, Alter Ego on the other to see if you guys can really tell the difference between the two, because more often than not, I never can. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in. We're going to play with both palettes. I'm going to tell you guys which one my personal favorite is. If you guys ever do want to pick anything up from Alter Ego, I do have a code. It's code Dawson10, which will save you guys 10% off your purchase. So with that said, guys, let's zoom you guys in and let's play with both palettes. Alrighty, guys. So for this eye, we're actually going to go into the Alter Ego Mirage palette right here. So I'm going to start off with the shade called Tomb, and we're going to put that in our crease area. So I really hope that everybody had a beautiful weekend. I did. I actually got to go down to St. Petersburg and go see Matt Rife. I was about to say in concert. Matt Rife in show. And I actually talked about this in my new makeup releases. And, you know, he put on like such an amazing show, comedy act. And I will say, like, you know, I was kind of skeptical about seeing him because I was like, okay, is he one of the type of people that would just be funny online because all you do is see interaction between like him and the guest? And I'm like, you know, is that just the only funny bit of the show? It's just the guest interaction. And honestly, that probably only happened for like 5 minutes. The rest was generally just him doing stand-up, and it was actually hilarious. The only thing I didn't like was that we had the 10 p.m. show. So we had to drive all the way down to St. Petersburg, which is about 2 hours away from here. So me and my best friend Alyssa were staying the night, and I'm always in bed by like 10:30, 11. I'm pretty much asleep by that point because I get up really early. So for me, going to a 10 o'clock show was already kind of rough enough to begin with because I generally just don't stay up that late ever. So I was like, okay, you know, I'm going to do it. Let me have some energy drinks, whatever. So we're at the show, and honestly, before we even like got in, there was a couple sitting next to us outside that was arguing on the phone with some, I don't know, it wasn't like a Ticketmaster situation. We could tell it was like a third party like vendor because they spent $2,900 on their tickets. And I was a nosy bitch, okay? I was a nosy bitch. I was sitting right there like, $2,900, can you believe it? Like that was me. I was so invested in this person's story because I'm sitting there thinking, what did you spend $2,900 on? Like my Taylor Swift tickets, and I was sitting in a suite, wasn't even nearly that expensive. And I bought it off a reseller website. Now, Matt Rife's tickets, I spent less than $300 to sit down in the VIP section. And that was because that was the only tickets that were available at that time because his show sold out so freaking fast. But literally, they spent $2,900, and I guess they bought scammer tickets because their tickets were not valid and they could not get into the show. And the way that they were screaming on the phone to whoever was on the other end, oh, let me tell you, I was so invested in their story. And then I heard the lady going, I'm on the phone with American Express. We're going to get this taken care of. And they left, and I was like, damn. Well, then, while we were sitting there waiting to go into the show, a drunk couple walked out, and there was a girl that was just letting us know that, like, she, oh my gosh, I wonder if that's part of the, oh gosh, I gotta listen to this. Okay, so she came out with a huge glass of wine in her hand and was trying to sell her tickets to us. Like, come on, guys, I can give you my tickets. You'll be sitting in the first row right next to Matt. You guys can see him, and she was drunk, and me and Alyssa were just kind of like not really paying attention to her because she was talking to other people that were sitting there like in front of her. I'm gonna go into the shade called Endless right here. They were sitting in front of her, and like she was the one that kind of like talking to them to be like, pay attention to me, whatever. So they were ignoring her. Her husband's trying to drag her away, and she's bitching about how big her wine glass is and demands to have more wine, but that she needs to sell these tickets because she just can't waste her money. And they just end up leaving because none of us are paying attention to her. Well, we finally get into the show. So we get into the section, and this place is like packed, right? Packed. And our show is supposed to start at 10 o'clock. And time starts to pass and pass and pass. And I'm over here going, why isn't anything started? It is almost 10:40 at night and nothing has started. Now, I did not know that he was going to have an opening act, and I kind of wish I would know that because, like, your bitch was tired. I was tired. It was past my bedtime. So he actually ended up having an opening and act, and he didn't have just one. He didn't have just two, but he had 3 opening acts. And pretty much the reason why the show got delayed is because the previous show before us got delayed because there was a drunk girl in the show that was heckling Matt Rife so badly that they had to actually stop the show and arrest her. I'm going to go into the shade called Heat right here to put that right next to that. So they actually ended up stopping the show to arrest this person who was heckling Matt Rife apparently extremely bad, right? And I did not know that because I didn't see anyone get arrested, but there was this one girl, that drunk chick, that came out like kind of screaming. But I wonder if she was related to that people because the way she was also madly drunk. But yeah, so they had to stop the show because someone got arrested. So that is why things got delayed, was because they put on the show for the 7 o'clock time a lot longer for people because they felt generally bad that they had to stop the show, which, you know what, I do respect and I completely like understand where they're coming from. They're also very, very, very adamant that we were not allowed to have our phones out whatsoever. We would get kicked out of the show if they saw us because I guess Matt filmed a special art beforehand, so he was testing out new materials with the audience. And I will say the opening acts were hilarious. They let us know kind of like what was going on. They're very like, let's have fun, you know, let's not cause a scene. They also told us that in the Orlando show that Matt Rife was apparently too funny. A girl ended up having a seizure at that show, so they also had to stop that show as well. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, like Florida's crazy. But by the time Matt came on, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, it was 11:20 p.m. by the time that Matt Rife came on, and I'm tired. Like, oh my God, I don't think I'm gonna make it, but he was absolutely hilarious. I'm gonna go into the shade called Care. By the way, I'm doing like a very easy look. He was absolutely hilarious. Made me laugh so much, and very good looking, might I add. But by the time he was done, it was almost 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was so freaking tired. But I would absolutely go see him again for sure. I would not do the late show anymore. I'll tell you that right now. But it definitely was a lot of fun. And I think that was my first like comedy show I think I've ever been to was Matt Rife. I know that like Kevin Hart had come here a couple years ago. No, you know what? No, that's not my first comedy show. The first comedy show I ever been to was actually in Practical Jokers. Now that was a funny show. Okay, so it's just kind of where we are right here. Really, really pretty. Now I want to take this shade called Dust, and I want to use that today as my liquid liner. I'm just kind of curious because this is super, super, super creamy. So I really want to see how it compares to the Huda Beauty, which feels really dry. But I'm going to take this, I'm going to stamp this into my lid right here. See how I like that. Not bad. Okay, awesome. Let me go ahead and set my other base really fast. In this eye, I'm going to go into the shade called Keep Going right here. I really, really, really did love this palette from Huda Beauty last year. This was such a good palette. I didn't get a chance to play with it as much as I wanted to because there is so much makeup that came out last year, and I thought there was a lot of makeup that came out last year. There is a shit more ton makeup that's coming out this year. Like, I am struggling to keep up, not gonna lie. I actually went to Sephora this morning, so I was trying to find that new Patrick Ta like holiday face palette because it's sold out online, and I didn't realize that, one, you guys told me it was sold out online, but two, apparently it is sold out twice. Like, they keep restocking it and it keeps selling out. But I've also been seeing all over the internet that apparently Patrick Ta's palettes have been finding mold in it. And it's kind of like worrying me a little bit because I do have those palettes. Actually, you know what? Nah, I don't think my palette has mold in it. Do you think like that's a thing? I know that like a while back, Teresa found mold in her Milk Cosmetics palettes, and I checked mine and I didn't find anything there. But I do know that I've been seeing people on TikTok finding mold in their Patrick Ta palettes. I'm kind of wondering like what is going on with that. I keep mine stored at a really nice temperature. I don't let it sit open. I don't let it collect moisture. I like moisture from the air. Like, I try to really take good care of my palettes, and I just kind of stumbled over my words there. But I'm kind of wondering like what is happening here. I'm gonna go into the shade right here called Confident. Ooh, right there, Confident. To do it, we're gonna do the exact same eye look. If you guys did not see, I did a vlog last week where I did like spend the day with me, and I was making myself a salad, and I was so looking forward to this salad. So excited. And I opened up this bag of cheese to put on my salad because even though I'm lactose intolerant, I will suffer for it. Okay, I like to have shredded cheese on my salad. I just feel like it just makes it taste that much better. In my opinion, it does. So I go to, you know, put the cheese on the salad, and I don't know what I went to do. I think I went to like touch my face, do something, but my hands came up on my nose area, and I was like, that's such an odd smell. I've never smelled that before in my hand. What is that? So I stuck my face in my salad bowl, and I was like, oh God, like my salad has a really like stinky smell to it. Is it the cheese? Now it was like a 4 cheese Mexican, like it's like a Mexican 4 cheese shredded mix from Publix. So the expiration date, by the way, was October 22nd. Okay. And so I go and I smell my hand. I open the bag of cheese, and the smell that came out of it was just absolutely putrid. It was so freaking ghost. So freaking bad. I was gagging. But for some reason, I felt it maybe it's just the way that this cheese smells. I don't know. So I was like, let me try it. So I took a little piece and I tried it. I'm gonna go into the shade called Dupe. I took a little piece of the cheese and I put it in my mouth and I tried it. And I was like, oh my gosh, like the taste is something I will never ever forget what that taste was like. I mean, I was gagging. It was like spoiled milk, but like that spoiled milk that's been like sitting in a garbage can outside for 5 days. That is what it tasted like, and it was so horrible. I literally could not get that taste out of my hand, my nose for my mouth for quite some time. I tried drinking a soda, I tried drinking Red Bull, I tried drinking like really flavorful stuff. I brushed my teeth, did mouthwash. I could not get that flavor out of my mouth. It was just so freaking gross. And I was actually wearing a pair of nails, so I've been doing like press on nails from Kiss, and the smell was embedded like under the nails because I dug my hand in there to grab the cheese. It was embedded under my nails. I literally ripped all my nails off that night because I was like, I can still smell it. So freaking gross. But the thing that's crazy is I didn't even see like any moldiness in that cheese, none whatsoever. So I don't know what happened, but mold snuck up on me apparently, and I put it in my mouth. So then I'm gonna go into the shade called Charisma right here, this beautiful gold foil shade. Oh my God, it's so freaking pretty. This one's cleaner than this one personally. Okay, so then I'm gonna try that shade called Purpose. That black cream shade right here, because like I said, when I swatched it, it was pretty dry. So hopefully it was just because it's been sitting for a year. Hopefully it still performs really nicely. Okay, that black shade was definitely a little bit more on the drier side. I will say I feel like the Ultra Ego one is just a little bit more bright and vibrant. It definitely feels like it's cleaner compared to the Huda Beauty. Huda Beauty is really pretty, but I just feel like maybe it's muddier. I really can't tell. But I'm gonna go throw on some lashes, do my face, and come back and finish off the under eyes together, and I'll give you guys my thoughts on the two. Guys, so the face is pretty much done. I did go in with my lip combo from Ilfra, which you guys can still pick up if you guys want to. We're gonna go back into the Mirage palette to finish off the eye look. So for the bottom row, I'm actually gonna go into the shade called Bush right here. And we're going to put that along our waterline, and then we're going to blend out with a different shade. And I have to say, honestly, looking at these two shades together, I feel like the one I'm kind of gravitated more to right now, honestly, is the Ultra Ego palette, just because I feel like it's more vibrant personally. And it just, maybe because it's fresher, and I've had the Ultra Ego palette for, maybe because it's fresher, and I've had the Huda Beauty palette for over a year now, and I definitely have used it. And I'm just kind of wondering if that's why this one feels a little bit better to me versus the original palette. Okay, so for the Huda Beauty side, we're gonna go into the shade called Legacy right here, and then we're gonna blend it out with the shade called Get It right next to it. Ooh, that one is definitely more vibrant on the bottom. Do you guys see that? It's making my eyes water. Okay, so to finish off the look, we're gonna go back into Mirage one more time, and I'm gonna take the shade called Cleopatra right here. We use that as our inner corner and brow bone today. Ooh, there is a lot of fallout with that shade. Oh my gosh. The same thing on the Huda Beauty side. We're gonna go into the shade called Bold Moves. All right, guys, and this is the final look. Alrighty, guys, and this is the final look right here. Not gonna lie, like looking from a distance, you really can't tell that I'm wearing two different palettes. but I definitely have some opinions. So right here we do have the Ultra Ego eye, and then we do the Huda Beauty eye. Now looking at the Ultra Ego, I think it's really, really, really pretty. I feel like the shimmers are beautiful in this palette. They're not flaky. They lay down really nicely. They're nice and buttery, but I do feel like, you see right there, I do feel like the matte isn't as pigmented as I wanted it to be. It did definitely lift up, but it is really pretty. I guarantee if I take my brush and I just pack on that same shade one more time, it would just kind of like fix itself. See, for the most part, but I shouldn't have to do that. But I shouldn't have to do that. But I do feel like that's just a little bit more patchier versus the Huda Beauty. The mattes on that side are really, really nice. Also notice that the cream shadows in here are definitely more creamier, more wet, more vibrant compared to Huda Beauty, and the reason being is that my Huda Beauty palette is a year old. This just recently launched. That's probably why this one is not as vibrant and a little bit more dry, but I will say this is a really beautiful palette. Truly beautiful palette. It's a great dupe for the Huda Beauty one, and I really did have a lot of fun working with it. I think I'm gonna keep playing with this one for sure. Now on this side we do have the Huda Beauty, and I really do love the Huda Beauty formula. I do feel like my shimmers are just a little bit more flakier. Like you guys can tell, my shimmers are a little bit more flakier. They still have beautiful pigment to them. They're still nice and soft and buttery, and I will definitely say the mattes are a little bit more pigmented and they don't have any blendability issues. They're not patchy whatsoever, so I do really appreciate that about the Huda Beauty. But I will say the cream shades in here are a bit dry. So overall, I do think that Ultra Ego did a beautiful job at making a dupe of the Huda Beauty palette. This one does retail for $24, does retail for $69, and if I had to pick one of the two, which one I'd rather have, as of right now, I probably would say Ultra Ego because I'm really liking how the shimmer formula works on this one. So I feel like if I had to pick out of the two, the Ultra Ego won this battle of the palettes. Now, I will say, if you guys currently already own the Huda Beauty palette, you do not need to get the Ultra Ego palette. It is the exact dupe. You don't need to get it. However, if you don't have the Huda Beauty palette, but you want to get it, I'd recommend getting the Ultra Ego because it only does retail for $24 versus $69. It's an amazing quality, same exact shades. It performs beautifully. It performs the exact same, if not a little bit better. So I would recommend picking the Ultra Ego over the Huda Beauty. I love Ultra Ego. Their formula is always so good and they do such a great job with the concept. So Ultra Ego, thank you so much for sending this my way. I think you guys did such a beautiful job with the Mirage palette. You guys really did knock it out of the park. Stay tuned for my birthday stream where I'll be adding the Mirage palette into a mystery box you guys can check out. But that is it for today's video. Let me know down below, which palette do you prefer more? Do you prefer the Ultra Ego version or the empowered one? Let me know. But that is it for today's video, guys. I'll make sure I link I'll make sure I link everything on my face down below. But if you guys like this video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already, because I do post almost every day in the month of Vlog-O-Ween. Make sure you guys do head over to my other channel, to R for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures, my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful page members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in my very next video. Bye! And they decided to dupe the new where I put one on one eye. I want to do a battle. I feel like if I had to pick the two, so I feel like if I had to pick out one, thank you so much to all. So palette in a mystery box for one. Like I said, stay tuned. Like I said, I do post 4 to 5 videos every single week. Make sure you guys, oh, I know. Well, yeah, almost every day. Oh my gosh. I'm so just like, right now.